Here is an automated carpet cleaner, another robotic vacuum cleaner for your perusal today. This is an iRobot Roomba XE, or Discovery as it was called in some countries. Now this is vintage as a robotic vacuum cleaner can be. It's several years old, maybe knocking on for 10 years possibly, but it is new and unused. Another gem I picked up from eBay. So let's open up the box and have a look. So with the iRobot Roomba XE you can check vacuuming off your daily list. Yes, you don't have to vacuum daily anymore. You can press the button and let Roomba do it for you. This box contains the Roomba itself, a remote, a virtual wall, a cleaning tool, 2 filters, a battery, and the self-charging home base. I've had a sneak peek at this. This arrived yesterday and I really wanted to open it up and charge it up ready for the unboxing, but then I didn't have time to do it. Anyway, here are the instructions. I've had a little look at those. Now, I know this machine because I had one back in the day and sold it. This, I don't know, I think it's about 2nd or 3rd generation Roomba. I did actually have one of the 1st generation Roombas as well, and that was another one I got brand new in the box, maybe about 10 years ago, but again I sold it. Never mind. Thanks to eBay, one can always get things back. Here we have the virtual wall. This is just like the one I got with my iRobot Scuba, apart from the colour. But it's the same sort of thing. It sends an invisible beam outwards, I think in a sort of a fan shape, and prevents the Roomba from going in areas where you don't want it to clean. It takes 2 D-size batteries. So that's that. Oops, can't get the cover on, there we are. Here's the remote. Now the remote is quite useful. You can of course start Roomba cleaning via the remote control. You can pause Roomba. It's a bit like a TV remote, isn't it? A basic TV remote. You can pause Roomba. For example, the phone rings, or Mr. Milkman comes to the milkman. Do we have milkman nowadays? Anyway, well, if Mr. Milkman came to the door, Mr. Postman, and Roomba was busily vacuuming the hall, you could press the pause. And but I wouldn't actually. I'd leave Roomba going and show off, you know. And then Posty or Milky would go, "Oh, what's that, my lady?" And you'd say, "It's my automatic robot. It does all sorts of things around my home." Anyway, you can also, if you want to, I never found this, but some people might find it fun for a couple of minutes, you can control Roomba, direct it where you want it to go. So you've got the spot, which you can set to Roomba to spot clean an area. You've got the regular clean button and max button. That enables Roomba to clean more or less for over an hour or so until the battery is nearly depleted. And I'm not sure what P is. What's P do? Could be program, because some Roombas could be scheduled to start at a pre-selected time. What batteries does it take? It's probably AA's, yes. 2 AA batteries. There's that. Oops, we've got the charger. Yeah, I think this has been maybe looked at, but it hasn't. I don't think it's been used. Again, a little bit worried about the battery. The battery seemed okay though in the Scuba. It will need an initial 16-hour charge normally when they're brand new, or if you've not used the battery for a while, it goes into what they call refresh mode. So this will be, I won't be able to play with this until tomorrow now. But it says it's a fast charger, but as I say, even if it says it's charged, I'm going to leave it at least until tomorrow morning. So that's one part of the charger, and the second part is of course the mains lead. Actually, I'm not sure, I think this one the seller did say they charged it up actually to check it worked, because this is part of house clearance. So the listing stated, And it's obviously, it hasn't been used. What I'm thinking is it's a house clearance. Maybe some elderly person unfortunately has died, was given this as a gift by a well-meaning relative, and of course the person's looked at it and thought, I don't know what it is, and just popped it in the bottom of the wardrobe or up in the loft or somewhere. Here is the iRobot, original iRobot cleaning tool. So you've got sort of little teeth there, so you can help clean the brush. You've also got a little blade as well. That might be useful for opening boxes. It says on the, it's got some instructions on the back. I don't know if we can see that. No, we can't see it. Clean Roomba's brushes every 3 uses. Slide the blade along the brush to cut wrapped hair. That'd be useful for any vacuum with a rotating brush, wouldn't it? So that's the sort of cut the hair. Oh, and then you comb the hair off the brush using the comb. Use the point to remove dirt from brush bearings. Oh, the point. Oh, that point. I'm assuming they mean. But what are those 2 holes for? I'd have to check the instructions. I don't know if they're for cleaning the side spinning brush, maybe. We'll pop the actual machine. Oops, of course the battery's fallen out. So this might have a charge actually. Because yes, I do seem to remember. I have actually bought a spare battery. I don't know if I've still got it down here. Oh yes, I have. I got this from Amazon quite cheaply, but it's obviously got one, but that it looks almost identical. That will fit this Roomba. This is made by a company called Power Giant. Got good reviews on Amazon. I thought, well, why pay £50 odd for the iRobot one when you can get one for less than half that? If it does the job. So that's the battery, which I'll pop into Roomba in a minute. It's gone. I don't know if there's a bit of muck on that. Not sure. That's a spare filter. I have seen filters for this, but what I'm having trouble getting hold of for this series of robots is replacement brushes. On Roomba's USA site, plentiful, but on iRobot's UK site, they don't have the brushes for this, and I really want to get some. It probably means having to have them shipped from the USA. So this is the Roomba home base that you can plug. You can charge the machine directly if you want to, or you can charge it via this self-docking base. So basically you can leave the Roomba charging on this, and when you want to use it, you can either press the clean button on the machine or use the remote, and it will reverse off the dock, turn around and start cleaning. I'll show you all that in a demo. So it's got a slight sort of a spongy area there and 2 feet, because if this goes on a hard floor you don't want it slipping around when Roomba's trying to dock and it's moving, so that keeps it secure. On a carpet it'll stay still. It'll charge up from these 2 silver bits at the bottom and make contact with the charging points on the underside of the Roomba. Don't think there'll be anything under there, no. So, here we have it. Oh yes, it's definitely been looked at because the seal is broken. There is I think they've run it for a moment or 2 on the carpet. There we go. Oh yes, you can tell it is, as I say, it might have had a couple of minutes use. It's quite a, I think they've had a dog. So there's a squeegee at the back for the suction, and then you've got the counter rotating brushes. You've got a rubber bladed brush and also a bristle brush. Yeah, there's some bits on here. But yeah, I think it has just been tested to make sure it's okay. There's a side spinning brush there that is supposed to collect debris from alongside the skirting boards, or baseboards as they're called in the USA, and around the edges of rooms, and directs the dirt into the path there. And you've got your articulated feet, move up and down to get over different piles of carpet and onto rugs and things. And of course you've got your front swivel caster. Now the reason that's black and white is something to do with the computer or something, I don't know. It's supposed to determine where it's been or something or other, I don't know. There is a reason why it's black and white. I don't really get into the technicalities, I just want to see how well it cleans my carpets. But I know some Roombas don't work very well on black carpets. The sensors, there's sensors here at the front, which they're called cliff sensors. So if you were to put Roomba or any robotic vacuum to clean your landing or above a stairwell, it won't topple down the stairs. Well, it shouldn't. The battery fits in here. So it should just click in. There we are. That's it. There's the charging port if you want to just plug it in directly. There's a cover there, I won't take it off. I think you used to be able to get a dongle type thing if you needed to upgrade it. And I had one. I don't know if I'll need to upgrade this. I don't think I'll have, you know, should be alright. So here's the bumper. So obviously when it touches a wall or a piece of furniture, it goes in another direction. Like those bump and go toys, you can probably still get them. Used to get bump and go toy cars and things. You just set them going, and then, well, they'd bump and go. They'd go along and bump into something, and then go a different direction. So basically, not very sophisticated, but they do the job. Here's the bin. Let's pop it down for a minute. Let's move the box out the way. Yeah, it's got a little bit. You see, the actual suction motor, not a lot of suction on these, is actually in the bin here. As far as there is a suction fan. Is that coming off? No, that's exhaust vent. So basically, it collects the debris into there, and you just tip it out. What's this? Pull. Ah, right, yeah. That's the filter then. So yeah, look, it has been slightly used, but I expected that. But you know, if I'd been selling this, I'd have at least vacuumed that off. But anyway, I don't think the seller was lying when they said they just charged it to test it, because that's exactly what it looks like they've done. It's pretty obvious to tell if a Roomba's been well used. Here's a carry handle. It will automatically stop if you lift it up. But they introduced the AeroVac bin with other generations, which was supposed to increase the performance. But all the Roombas I've had, I was never disappointed with how they left my carpets looking. And to anyone coming into the house after a Roomba had cleaned up, either on a hard floor or a carpet, they would just think you'd freshly vacuumed. Whether it gets deep down is debatable. But they are designed to clean the whole area. Around 4 times on average they will go all around. But one good thing about these vacuums, they'll go under stuff that you don't clean. Now I've got a bed with a bed frame, and it's got a built-in drawer, and occasionally I pull the drawer out and vacuum under. I can't at the moment because under my bed is full of vacuums. But when I do clear under that bed, I have to get a vacuum and try and get under. It's a bit tricky. All I have to do now is set Roomba under there. I can put the virtual wall at the end of the bed so it won't get out, and I can leave it having a right thorough clean under my bed. That'll be handy. So here are the controls. You've got power. Yes, there's power. It's a bit bright, the light, but it is glowing green. I'm not sure if you can see it. Power. Spot clean. I can show you the spot clean actually. I'll put some dirt down and we'll have a quick go of that for this demo. And then you've got the clean button and the max button. Dirt detect, is something you don't get on really cheap robotic vacuums. When it comes across a lot of dirt, that will light up, and it will concentrate on that area for a while. That'll light up probably when I put down some dirt. There's a sensor as well there at the top. Not sure what the purpose of that one is, but I know, well, it might be to help find the dock, because there's a similar one at the top of the dock. There's also a similar one on the virtual wall there. So, right, I think Roomba will work. So I'm going to do, to finish the video, just to give it a quick demo, I'll put down a little bit of dirt, we'll press the spot clean button, and we'll watch Roomba hopefully pick it all up. Okay then, I've just put down some loose leaf tea and a bit of red glitter. I'm just going to pop the Roomba XE about the middle, press power on. Now it's red around here, which I think means it needs charging up. I'm sure that goes green normally, so hopefully it will last. I'll press spot, we'll see if it picks everything up. Now I'm hoping it's going to start moving back inwards now. I think it is. I set it up before and it hit... Oh, it's done it again! It's hit my doorstop. Oh, it's right. I think it's continuing to go in a circle. Oh good, it's missed the doorstop this time. Come on, back into camera shot. So it should end up where I started it, in the middle. Well, it's a lot quieter than I remembered it to be, but yeah, I think because that's red, it does need a full charge. I expect the people who had it just charged it briefly. They didn't leave it on for the full 16 hours, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug it in directly and charge it properly. Well, all in all, it's not done bad. I mean, very closely, there are a few bits. But obviously, if this was to be used in the regular mode, it would have gone over this area 4 times. I think everything would have been picked up. When I do a demo of this, I will probably put down a similar sort of mess all around, including places under furniture, just to see if the Roomba gets everything. And I think it will, actually, to be honest. So there we go. Not bad at all. It's pretty efficient. Very little suction on this type of machine. A lot of the work is done by the brushes and those rubber blades. But I'd be more than happy with those results. But obviously, if you were going to use... Whoops, I don't want to press down to start it. Obviously, if you're going to use this type of machine all the time, it won't be enough. You do need to deep clean. But you could probably, in certain homes, probably get away with, if you run Roomba about, even if you run it maybe 3 times a week, that will probably be enough for a lot of homes. And then maybe once a month get out the big cleaner. But yeah, not bad at all. Well, that's about it for my unboxing and initial first look at my iRobot Roomba XE robotic vacuum. Now, because this machine needs a well-deserved 16-hour refresh charge, I'm going to put it on the dock. Now I thought there'd be a button on some models. There's a dock button. You can just press dock either on the machine or on the remote and it will find the docking station. With this one it just says in the instructions, direct the Roomba near the dock and it will go home to recharge. So I've got it near. I'm just going to press clean. Hopefully the sensors will find each other and Roomba will dock in its home base. Oh, turn it on first, Roger. That's always a good idea. Clean. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.